inimitable time, but that seemed pretty plump. And Charles done it by a slower one. Very clever delivery by Sharifi, following up after being hit for a 6.
What a cracking piece of bowling that was. Johnson Charles, the heart was racing. He was fancying getting on to Sharifi, but a little off-cutter, wrapping him on the knee roll. And umpire Chowdhury took his time, but that looked absolutely plumb to me. Frustration for Johnson Charles, and a second wicket for Paktia. Johnson Charles out for 22 just as he was getting going. And Nangarhar Leopards 39 for 2. Ramat Shah in at number 4. He's been up and down the order. The first couple of matches he played, he was at number 4. Then he didn't bat against Kabul. Number 5 against Balkh. Number 6 against Kabul. 7 last night against Kandahar. So he's earned a promotion on the back of 17 that he scored yesterday evening from 15 balls.
The Afghans talk very highly of Rahmat Khan's batting ability. Another clever delivery by Sharifi. And of course, he bowled very well. Did the start on with the ball. His leggies, Rahmat Khan, a couple of matches ago. So, valuable all-rounder.
This is why he's here, and I don't think it gets any more plumb than that.
Yeah, well, he might argue that it struck my front foot and just about the knee roll or above. Oh, aggression by Sharifi. But the fact is, he didn't take a big stride out. So, he was just sort of half-cocked right there. It might have struck leg stump, we think. Edged! Too far away from the diminutive captain, who's back to his keeping. And that's another Salureza.
Off the mark in none too convincing fashion, Ramat Shah. He was player of the match a few nights ago against Kabul when he took 3 for 25. And, well, you have to give marks to Mohammad Shahzad for the dive there. Perhaps 9.9 for style with the judges, but he was never going to get a glove on that one.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. I was about to ask you, so what are your marks for that one? But plenty of commitment, nowhere near the ball though. Well done, Mohammad Shahzad. Slower one that went wrong. Yet, oh, this could be tight. A direct throw, he was gone. Very dangerous, but he survived. 6 overs gone. Power play up, 44 for 2.
एड बाद में स्किप करना।
असली गेम तो यहाँ होने वाली है।
राइट पे है चिकन कढ़ाई और लेफ्ट पे मटन कढ़ाई।
और फैसला आपके हाथ में है।
Power plays over then, 44 for 2, but it could so easily have been 43 for 3. Shinwari with the throw at short mid-wicket, and how about that for a leap by Anil Chowdhury, the highest of the night, I reckon.
He must have been a very keen hurdler in his youth. But he survives, and so does the batsman.
Well, you've heard the expression, someone's for the high jump. And I think Anil Chowdhury was most assuredly for the high jump there. Here's Shahid Afridi, fresh from a break last night. Didn't play in the defeat at the hands of the Balkh legends. What can you do with the ball now?
Well, in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League powered by Fog, he's been much more of a bowler for his side so far. The Balkh Panthers hasn't really been among the runs at all. Of course, he bats a little late when time is short. But Chris Gale, the other huge T20 star, limited over star, has finally come good earlier today. Maybe it's an opportunity or an occasion for Shahid Afridi to show the world, and certainly the league here, that he is the boss of, well, some other part of the universe. Ooh, maybe it got the bottom of the bat, I think, there. We'll check.
Looked like the bottom of the bottom to me, actually. That was the leg break, and Devcic didn't pick it.
Well, Brian, you spotted it well. Oh, just short of the man at cover. Nice dive put, and we like that commitment, but Devcic is just completely out of sorts today. Oh, Rahmatullah, we hope you're okay.
Yeah, Ramanullah Gurbas diving forward, really bold attempt to take the catch. But again, Devcic all at sea in terms of picking Afridi's variations.
Ramal Shah rocks back, and he will be taken with, oh, spelt. Gurbaz, who put in a nice knock with the bat earlier on, had plenty of time to sight that, got there. It was a little low, but I think he just went a little hard at it, and out it spilt.
Absolutely, Charu. Hard hands, the culprit there. He was still wringing his hands from the incident, the ball before. Look at that, just not cushioning the ball in at all, just lunging for it. And Afridi, well, words not necessary. Oh, and a fumble from Shahzad down the leg side. Now, I rather fancy that fumble has cost them a wicket. Did Devcic get back?
Well, just on first impression, I think Devcic had given up, and then he realized that there's a fumble. Might as well try and get the bat in. But maybe Devcic was late because of that hesitation or that resignation earlier on, saying, oh, I'm gone. Here we go. That shouldn't be a problem. It isn't. The front foot. And now to the business end. Mohammad Shahzad, not their #1 keeper, we suspect, but he's back doing wicket-keeping duties. And this could be critical. Devcic may not have been in very good form so far, but we know he's very destructive. There we go. Wide down leg. Devcic gave him the charge. We'll see the back foot. Well.
If the back foot cuts that return crease, that's a no ball. So it might all be academic in terms of whether Mohammad Shahzad got the furniture disturbed at the business end.
Of course, not easy for the umpires to spot that back foot no ball at all, because their attention's focused on perhaps the front foot. And there we go, the indication, well spotted. And let's see what happened here, though. I think he may have been out, were it not a no ball. Where's the ball? Isn't Mohammad Shahzad's hands, gloves?
It's in there somewhere.
So, well, fumbles all around, and Afridi is saying, what now? Well, come on. You can't do this to me. I got 2 catches missed in 2 deliveries. Then I got a stumping, which was legitimate, we thought. And now you punish me with a no ball. Come on. Life is so rough. Here we go again.
Well, I have to say, that looks fair enough to me. I think if Shahid Afridi sees that replay, he'll understand.
Okay, fumble or no fumble, Devcic back or not back. It's a free hit. And this may just open the floodgates for Anton Devcic, who has been struggling. And if he can clobber this one for a big 6, it might make a big difference to his psychology at the crease.
They'll come back for 2, and that will be the 50. Oh, and Shahid Afridi tried to kick the ball away. He missed it, and it's clobbered him straight on the shin. Well, we said before the game he was full of the joys of spring after his match off. I'm not sure he's full of the joys of spring now.
Well, he was trying to be clever and run it onto the stumps. Ouch! On the left knee. That's the landing knee. And that's the last thing Shahid Afridi needs at, if I may be allowed to say, his age.
Oh, he's bowled. What an over that is from Afridi. Drama maximum. And was there a bit of a send-off there as well? Devcic doesn't seem too impressed. Afridi's the one with a smile on his face now, though.
What an eventful over, at the end of which this happened. A regular leggy, big gap between bat and pad. That's how Devcic got out the last time as well. And easy shy of the Afridi. Well, we know that you almost had to man several times during that over. But finally, you do have Anton Devcic unable to contribute today. 14 for 15, 50 for 3, the Leopards.
Well, Shafiqullah coming in at number 5, and the drama of this over could continue because we're about to get an extra ball from somewhere.
Just a second, everybody, hold on. Perhaps the 6 balls are up. We think there was a dot, 1-1, no ball, then a 2 and a wicket. So that completes 6 for us, including the no ball 7. And yes, thank you. So finally, shy of the Afridi, who says, wow, what an over. He just wanted to continue, didn't he? He was quite happy to continue after getting the wicket finally in that over. So 7 now gone, 50 for 3.
Yeah, that wasn't dull at all, was it? And just the umpire there, just having a word with Shahzad, because we saw Afridi get very animated in the dismissal of Devcic, and Shahzad was animated as well, as you'll see now. Yes, I'm not so sure he was animated so much with Devcic there. It was just the joy of the wicket. But, well, Afridi was certainly animated at getting rid of Devcic. He was very pleased to see the back of the New Zealander.
Well, both were animated. I think Shahid Afridi a little more vocal. And being the bowler, of course, he just felt very hard done by. A couple of catches, well, one particularly, should have been taken. The other was close. And then the stumping, which wasn't because of a no ball. And finally the wicket. So we're back with Sharafuddin. So who are you including in your fantasy team? MyTeam11.com is where you need to go. Create your own fantasy team, test your skills, win big, real cash on offer. Don't delay. Ooh, almost off his pad. So this is a testing time for the Leopards.
How on earth has that missed the leg stump? Goodness only knows.
Well, it was very wide, but off the pads, it could have easily cannoned onto one of the stumps. And Rahmat Shah says, enough of this going back and wondering what's going to happen. I'm just going to dance down the track and push it away for a single. Get to the non-striker's end.
Sharafuddin. And Shafiqullah now about to face his first ball.
So I've said this before, but I'll say it again, Brian. Worth repeating that on this very pitch, just a short while ago, 467 runs in that first match. Plenty of big hitting. Chris Gayle, 10 sixes. Oh, again, finally some aggressive intent there by Shafiqullah.
Well, we had 23 sixes in one innings alone, didn't we, by the Balkh legends. It was a remarkable match. But these two sides, just a little bit more tension out there, I rather fancy. They know the importance of this game, both of them.
You make a good point, because both Balkh legends and Kabul, of course, top of the pile, so maybe less tension there. 8 gone, we'll talk more about when we come back. 53 for 3.
Shahid Afridi again. His second over. If it's anything like his first, we're in for a bit of fun here, I rather fancy. Yeah, but both sides a little tense, I rather fancy, purely and simply because they know the importance of this game. They're both desperate for a win. And
his batsman, Rahmat Khan, on that occasion, continue to go back to Shahid Afridi and are happy to cut. I just think that's a little dangerous because he fires it in much faster than the average leggy, and he doesn't spin that much. So every once in a while you get caught out being a little late on the ball, late on the cut, and you get bowled. Once again, going back to that one. Oh, wanted the run. Sharaf could be out there. Big dive coming in. This is terrible. Rahmat Khan was never running. Sharfuddin ran 3/4 of the pitch, had to run back, put in the dive. He may be too late.
Well, Rahmat just turned his back on his partner at the non-striker's end. Shafiqullah with the dive. Was it in time? I don't think it was. Well, in the end, he's probably run about a run and a quarter because he got about 3/4 of the way down the pitch and had to go back again. But good work from Afridi. He's in the news again, isn't he? He really is at the heart of all the action at the moment. It's a wicket tossed away by the Nangarhar Leopards, and they're in real strife now. A deep breath from Shafiqullah. Boy, is he frustrated, and why shouldn't he be? But the wicket is gone, and the Leopards now 54 for 4.
So thank you all for being here at the Sharjah Cricket Ground. I hope you're enjoying the action. Lots of runs scored in the previous match and lots of wickets taken in this match so far. Hash comes in. Ben Cutting has a lot of faith in his abilities. Hashmatullah Shahidi. Strike rate decent, but he's got a fair number of runs. This is his 7th match. He's got 165. He's been a regular contributor to the Nangarhar Leopards, who now are in more than a fair amount of trouble. Not saying deep trouble just yet because they've got some good strikers of the ball, including the skipper himself, Shahid Afridi, causing all sorts of problems. First ball, Shahidi late on it, gets an inside edge. So if not with the bat, then Afridi is really contributing heavily with the ball. There we go. Now it's the striker's call. It went so close to the non-striker that I suppose you can excuse him for wondering, should I take the run or not? Because the bowler could have easily stopped that, or it could have ricocheted off to the non-striker's stumps. So you have to be a little generous, to my mind, to Rahmat for waiting, hesitating.
Yes, he turned his back on his partner, though. Bit of a cardinal sin, that. But top marks to Afridi. He did well to get across there, pick it up, and it was a bullet-like return. No problems at all then for Shahzad to whip the bails off.
Well, Afridi does have a great arm still. So another fantastic over by Shahid Afridi. Wicket off the last one, wicket in this over as well. I beg your pardon, wicket in this over. 1 for 9 in 2 overs for Afridi, 56 for 4 after 9.
Sharafuddin to continue. To Ramat Shah. Let's have another look at that run out.
Just watch how close the ball goes to Rahmat and Rahmat Khan. And yeah, well, I just think that's what was the problem there. He said it's traveling right next to me. Is the bowler going to get to it or not? What do I do? And then Shafiqullah, of course, went on with the shot, with the stroke, and that's why he had a huge advantage over Rahmat. And of course, not easy getting back when you're 3/4 of the way down.
What we don't know, of course, what was the calling there. I'm not sure there was an awful lot. There's Nathan Remington, who made his Nangarhar debut last night. He's in the squad in place of the injured Andre Russell. Shahidi's been in terrific touch in this tournament so far, picking up a single there. 26 not out, 49 not out, 15, 23, 29 not out, 23. He's been a regular contributor, a very important contributor too, and he'll need to contribute in a big way, along with Ramat Shah here now.
Cleverly bowled again by Sharafuddin. Probably spotted Rahmat dancing down the track and bowled at his pads. Did not allow him to free his arm. So this is all very clever cricket. There's Fletch. He hasn't got too many games for his team so far. That's none. But well, we hope he gets one before he goes home. And again, just it looks like it's so difficult to find any kind of timing. Shahid is a much better striker than that. That was floated in, and he just couldn't catch that at all with the bat. Ten gone, halfway stage, and the Nangarhar Leopards are not doing too brightly this point of time. 60 for 4.
Didn't start off pretty well. Leopards 32 dot balls so far. Shahid Afridi has done a wonderful job. Just continuing from where he left from the last game. A good effort from the experienced campaigner. Just need to move on, but the problem is the 4 wickets they have lost. Not going to be easy from here on. Rahmat Shah is a class act. Hasn't got too many runs so far in the APL. Bowled really well the other day, Rahmat Shah. Just see those figures, just the economy as well, under 5. Getting a bit of turn there, Shahid Afridi. And with me in the comm box, once again, is Afghanistan fast bowler Hamid Hassan. Hamid, wonderful bowling as far as the Panthers are concerned.
Absolutely fantastic bowling from Paktia, and especially this guy, Shahid Afridi. He's outstanding tonight.
I remember the last game when I had a chat with Mohammad Shahzad. He did mention that Shahid Afridi is such a big asset, experience. Just warns that he should even fire with the bat, because with the bat has been a bit rusty. Oh, good delivery. That was the googly taking off the bails in a flash. Going to be interesting.
Tell you what, if they take this wicket, Nangarhar is in a big trouble. Hashmat, man in form.
Good work there from Mohammad Shahzad. Now you got to see his back leg. Was it in the air? First, the no ball, absolutely okay. No issues with that. That's a legal delivery inside the crease there. Mohammad Shahzad, I thought, did a terrific job. Taking off the bails in a flash. Watch his back leg in the air. Oh, is it down in time?
Tough call. It's very close. Look like it's out.
just by a millimeter, I feel, you know, because the wheels were off the groove there. And at this point of time, if you see just that one frame, that will make the difference. I think was he in? It's going to be really touch and go, really tough for the third umpire as well.
Again, brilliant work, Shahzad.
Looks to be in a bit of trouble there. Still a decision pending. And it's given out. So another wicket falling here. Afridi striking. Good work by Afridi and Mohammad Shahzad.
Hashmat not looking happy, but very good work from Mohammad Shahzad. Fast hands. He just out by a couple of centimeters. He looks like not happy. Hashmatullah gone for 4 after 8 balls and 62 for 5.
So losing a very important wicket, Shahidi was really in great form, especially the Asia Cup. Shahidi, this was his wicket. Great delivery. Googly foxing him. Was playing for the leg spinner, the turn. Just in the air there. Just brilliant work there from Mohammad Shahzad. Ben Cutting walks in, the captain for the Nangarhar Leopards. I think a lot will depend on him. Still they have batting left. This man can get some runs. Ben Cutting has got experience behind him.
Yeah, Ajay, as Shahzad mentioned of Shahid Afridi, the big impact you can see. He got already 2 wickets for the Paktia team, and he's doing so well. And the only one team is Nangarhar, struggling a lot. If you see the first game, compared to this one, it's totally different. Struggling, and wicket is just collapsing, and pressure is building. It's a wonderful ball.
Yeah, I think the key with Shahid Afridi is the way he's mixed up his deliveries. You know, the variations he's shown, the googly as well. Bowls at a flatter trajectory. That's exactly what he's done over the years, Shahid Afridi. But bowling within the stumps, he's given really nothing away. Bowling his third over. Oh, that should have been fielded, resulting in a single to end the over. 11 gone, it's 64 for 5. Ahmed Hassan, you see the stumping again from that square angle? From the square angle. You want to see from which angle, man? So Rehman Shah will have to play a big knock, battle the end. Ben Cutting against the same team in the last match when they met each other. Got 71, batted really well. So he knows the bowlers. Sharafuddin coming on for his third over, 2 overs, 7 runs, hasn't got a wicket. But in tandem, both of them, Sharafuddin and Afridi, they've done a very good job. They really bowled well. Mentioned earlier, it's a very important game for both the sides. Nangarhar just losing the plot even yesterday evening while chasing. That's exactly what happened against Shahidi.
Yeah, if you see here, its foot is just... Oh yeah, it's out. So it's a good decision from the umpire in the end. But such a bad luck for Ashmat, the man in form. And the team will be very disappointed about that dismissal. So this is the only one hope, the man who can hit long and far. Sharafuddin, very well ball again. Very clever, read it. And don't giving any weight or to free his arm to hit the six or a boundary.
Yeah, but coming back to Hashmatullah Shahidi, Ahmed, he really batted well in the Asia Cup, was very consistent. Even I remember the test match that Afghanistan played in India, the first test match, a big occasion for him. In the second innings, he remained unbeaten. So he's got the talent. He's very mature as a player, as a batsman, Shahidi.
Yeah, he is such a player, very nice, very calm and cool, and he can carry his innings, especially in ODI and Test cricket. He just loved that format. And in T20, he was also like he kind of a player who accelerates his innings in end of last 4 or 5 overs. So he's taking slow and then building his innings and finishing with a very good style and very good strike rate as well.
Boundary is really hard to come by. 38 deliveries now. This is the last 4 overs hit. 12 overs gone, 69 for 5.
Seriously, 38 balls, no boundary.
Big occasion. I missed it because of injury. I want to be part of that because I was injured. So Afridi coming on for his last over. He's done a wonderful job for his captain Mohammad Shahzad. 2 for 14 for him. To see that economy under 5, just delivering once again with the ball, Shahid Afridi. And coming back to that test match, we were just having a chat about that. Hamid, how was the mood way back in Afghanistan? How are people reacting? Because obviously for Afghanistan cricket team as a whole, a big occasion. You always want to be in whites, play that test match. It's a different feeling. You might have played one-day T20. But playing a test match for the very first time as a country, as a nation, is always great. And especially against a team like India as well.
Yeah, Ajay, of course, it's a big occasion for the country, for the entire nation. Like the moment I was waited for many years, and I was hoping and expecting to be part of that test match, but unfortunately got injured and couldn't play that game. But for the rest of the country, for the players, and it's a run-out chance? No. So for the country and for the team, especially to Afghanistan Cricket Board, such a wonderful achievement to play against team number 1 in test ranking like India. Against them, it's a big achievement, and we played a good game. We lost it, but the thing is, that's a big, huge from Ben Cutting, maximum Fox Pagiza. Finally, after 41 balls, something to cheer for Ningrahar Leopards.
What a strike here from Ben Cutting. Fogg maximum knew exactly what he was doing, reading the length in the slot for him. Afridi has been very economical, but Ben Cutting having other ideas on the rooftop there. Not very happy, Afridi. But mention that against the same team, he got 71. Ben Cutting knows this attack, knows this bowling. He's a very handy customer with the bat as well. Always gives his all.
By this time, they should know, like everyone, they're almost playing second game against each other. And they should know the condition and they should know the situation. And oh, that's a beautiful cut from Rahmat Shah. Once again, another boundary, maximum for Saluriza.
13 overs gone. It's 83 for 5. कुछ highlights हैं that match 71. Yeah, against the same team. हाँ, अगले में. हाँ, you're right, absolutely. तो 1 मिनट में आता है. So 83 for 5. The last over from Afridi, a touch expensive. Last ball previous over, very nicely played by Rahmat Shah, just waiting for that one. Playing it very late. That was the key in that shot. Just eluding the fielder at short third man and racing to the fence. Suddenly just opening up, they do realize here the Leopards, not too many overs left. They still have a few wickets left, and this pair I think is going to be a very important one, Hamid, in context of this innings. Mentioned about that knock, 71, his best so far against the same opponent, 71 of just 39 the other day. After that, hasn't got too many runs. Ben Cutting. That's in the air, and great timing. Great execution from Ben Cutting. Fog maximum once again. Spakiza.
The power, the speed of bat from Ben Cutting, outstanding once again. A big, massive six. Yes, that's all we know about him. He can hit far away, and another maximum for Ben Cutting. That's a good ball. Read the batsman. And Sharafuddin is doing so well. He gave only 3.3 overs the ball, 21 runs.
Such a clean striker, Ben Cutting. Tall man makes use of his reach, Ben Cutting. And just seeing that six once again, Hamid, you see, not coming down the track, just inside the crease, getting the elevation, swing of the bat, beautifully done by him.
It's fantastic, like just standing and deliver. He's tall, his reach is too far, and ball like this in this kind of area, he can hit it easy. So these two pair are very important for Nangarhar Leopards to take the team around 150 or 150 plus. Still they got 6 overs remaining. They need another 2-3 overs to build the score and put some good target for the bowlers.
Yeah, you're right, because, you know, 140, 150, I still reckon that's going to be a good score. Why I say that is this, the bowling that Nangarhar have. Sandeep Lamichane, Mujibur Rahman, Zahir Khan, Rehman Shah, 4 quality spinners in the ranks. That's played well. This rocking back will settle for 1. End of the 14th over. It's 94 for 5. At one stage, Nangarhar was 62 for 5, but after that, this partnership has blossomed.
Yes, because of this man, Ben Cutting, outstanding, 71 last innings of just 39 balls against same team, Paktia. You can see some big shots, massive. And he's now to take the charge. So eyes on Ben Cutting, Ziaur Rahman. It's a wide ball. Bowler, if you're bowling to Ben Cutting, the way he's in form, so you have to be worried, especially like a bowler of Ziaur Rahman, are new to cricket, are new to this Afghanistan Premier League, so he'll be worried. Like if I bowl in a line and length, he can hit it easy. Rais Ahmadzai, ex-Afghanistan, captain, fielding coach and chief selector.
Oh, that's high up in the air. That should be taken. And that's going to be a big wicket. Afridi won't miss it. Big wicket here for Sharifi. This man was looking up good. Ben Cutting was playing those big shots, but he's got to depart now. Important wicket coming here for the Panthers at this stage.
Once again, Sharifi, strike for the team. He got his 3rd wicket. An outstanding bowling from him, and finally a brilliant easy catch from Shahid Afridi. No mistake, very easy simple catch in the end.
And that's the wicket they wanted, because this partnership was building, it was looking good. Ben Cutting was looking threatening with the bat as well, but he's got to walk back. For 21 of 12, it's 95 for 6. So Ben Cutting walks back to the pavilion. In walks Naveen. He'll be at the non-striker's end. Rahman Shah will be on strike. It's going to be important now for Rahman Shah to bat till the end. Naveen Ulak, very decent bowler. Can bat, but hasn't got too many runs so far in his T20 career. Probably just bats way down. You feel that probably Ben Cutting should have batted for another 3 or 4 overs. That would have been very handy here. Trying that big one. He was looking so good. The big shots were coming from his blade.
Yeah, of course, Ajay, if you see the tail is already started, because you know your team don't have any batsmen after Rahman Shah, so only like Naveen, he's also a bowler. I think for Ben Cutting, he should go for another 3 overs at least. After 17 overs, he can take a charge and he can hit it. But I have to say, well bowled to Ziaur Rahman. He bowled really well, and it's almost tail begin for Ningarhar Lipitz, and they're struggling. The only one man right now, Rahmat Shah. If he's in the crease, maybe they can put some runs. Otherwise, there is no chance of possibility to get runs around 150 or 140 plus.
Well, Hamid, as far as Sharif is concerned, a young lad, these are the best bowling figures for him in his T20 career. 3 for 23 so far. He's taken 3 very important wickets, really bowled well up front with the new ball as well. He's doing a good job for his captain. I think at this stage, Mohammad Shahzad should be a very happy man. And just seeing what happened in the last game, that high-scoring game, they have picked up some valuable wickets here. The Bhatia Panthers. 6 wickets in all in his T20 career. Still early days for him.
I have to say, well done to Daulat Ahmadzai. He was the guy, he found him and pushed him to play cricket. And he was with Emergence and under 19. It's 3 wickets. First one, Najibullah wind cross. Second one, a beautiful slower one. And the leg before, the third one, a big one of Ben Cutting. Well bowled once again, youngster. So I was talking about Sharifi. He's a bowler that Daulat Ahmadzai found him, and then he pushed him to play cricket. So he did really well in Emergence. Recently he played a ODI, and now he's delivering his skills and ability. Such a good talent.
Once again, mixing his pace. He's really done well. Very impressive bowling from Sharifi. 15 gone is 98 for 6.
It's not a great looking card, is it, if you're a Nangarhar Leopards supporter? 4 players in double figures, 3 of those getting past 20 but not going on with the job. Rahmat Shah involved in that horrible mix-up with Shafiqullah that saw the latter run out. He's a key man now in the last 5 overs of this innings. Yusuf Zazai, 2 overs for him so far. Rahmat on strike. Well, that's got to be a wide, even though Rahmat was using his feet to come down the pitch. Alistair Campbell alongside me. Alistair, we've seen some low scores defended in this tournament. What can Nangarhar look to defend here? They've got a great spin attack, remember, and that includes the newcomer Sandeep Lamichhane of Nepal. So they might think that anything's possible. It's got to be another wide.
Yeah, I think they've got the best bowling attack in the tournament, Nangarhar Leopards. Just the batting that's been a bit woeful on occasion, in fact, a lot of the time. And they've had to rely on rescuing acts to get them out of trouble. Ben Cutting on occasion, Ramat Shah on occasion. So I think if they get to sort of 140, maybe 150, that they'll back themselves with that spin attack. Having said that, it's a very good batting wicket. But we have seen just on occasion here with Afridi, the ball turning a little bit. So I think there is that on offer. And I suppose what they have to do is get to that 140, 150. I think if they collapse here and get 120, 130, I wouldn't give them much price. Yesterday on that pitch, maybe. On this pitch, no. I just think they need a wee bit more than that. It's going to be a tough ask. Ramat Shah going to have to really dig deep. He's 28 off 30, and he'll have to find some acceleration at the end. And a partner as well.
Interesting question for you, given you were out in the middle before play today and had a look at the surface. Obviously, in that first match, we saw what 244 plays 223. Was the pitch really a 244 versus 223, or was it simply that the bowling was pretty woeful? And if you like, the bowling's been much better in this innings. Just have a think about that while we watch this next delivery from Yusuf Zazai.
No, not any stretch of the imagination did I think it would be, yeah, 240 plays 220, but I did think it was round about that 200 mark, 190, 200. We saw that in the first game yesterday as well, 195. Ryan Tenduskata played brilliantly, so I thought it would be in that region, and if you did really bat well, maybe get over 200, but never did I expect those two scores, and yeah, a combination of indifferent bowling and a really good batting wicket, really.
They'll look for two here. Naveen ul Haq wanted it, Ramat didn't. I was talking to some officials from the Afghanistan Cricket Board between matches, and they were saying to me that they might look at a pitch just to the left of this one for a couple of matches later on this week. Just where about Shahid Afridi is there, or maybe just actually to the left of the pitch that we're using, possibly. Maybe just to give these two pitches a bit of a breather before we get into the business end of the tournament on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I think television's a concern as well. Got to make sure that it's all lined up. So it's a decent size square. There's plenty of pitches you could use, but when it comes to televised affairs, I think there's only 3 or 4 max that you can use. So yeah, maybe one to the left of this, all right, depends where you're sitting on the ground, but other than that, I don't think there's any other ones they can really turn to. Having said that, everyone's used the word tired and low. They're all cliches. You've just seen what's you know, what's happened here today, and I think the curator here has done a tremendous job, and if he, you know, gets some time, we've got a day off tomorrow just to prepare, I think the pitches will be fine, to be honest. End of the over, 16 bowled, 105 for 6.
Four overs to go. Let's go down to Hamid Hassan. I think he's got an update on the injury to Usman Ghani from a little earlier.
سلام ګرانو مینوالو د افغانستان ټول خلکو ته د زیری نیوز دا دی چې عثمان غنی ماشاءالله صحتیاب دی او هسپتال کې دی هسپتال کې ورته ټیسټونه کړي دي څونه چیک اپ چې شوي دي ټول کلیر دي او ان شاء الله ډیر زر به بیرته خپل لوبه ته راشي That's a good news for Usman Ghani. His all results is clear and he's healthy and he will be back soon for his team and he will be back soon for the ground. Back to commentary box.
Great stuff, Hamid. That's very good news indeed. It was a sickening collision between himself and his captain, Mohamed Nabi, in the field for the Balkh Legends. Let's have a look at what happened. Nabi going one way, Usman Ghani going the other, and bang. You don't want to collide with Mohamed Nabi, let me tell you that. And Usman Ghani, no doubt he had a headache, and a little bit more besides, I'm sure.
So in rugby parlance, he's passed the concussion test and will be back ready for action. So that's really good news. It's not so good news for the Nangarhar Leopards because they're stalling here at the moment, stagnating, not able to really take advantage of these last few overs. Ramat Shah has played a lone hand, but he hasn't been able to really free the arms or play with any freedom because he's been losing partners at the other end, and he's 31 of 35 deliveries. 8 and over from here on in gets him to 134, 10 and over 141. I think in that region is somewhere they have to try and be if they're going to give themselves any chance.
All runs gratefully accepted, no matter how they come.
Such a big game, isn't it? And people respond to pressures differently. Paktia Panthers know if they win it, they go to 8 points and they guaranteed a place in the semi-finals. They can breathe a little easier, where the Nangarhar Leopards, they know that if they lose this game, they're under real pressure. And they haven't got much time to recover because they've only got one game left. So if they lose here, the maximum they can get to is 6 points. But the Kandahar Knights, they'll really sniff something in the air and believe that they can get back in the competition. 24 balls since the last boundary. That tells the story, really.
Here's what it's all about. The Leopards playing the penultimate match of the regular season. It's a good short ball. And a very good spell indeed by Sharifi. 17 gone, 109 for 6.
Can we come back with that points table? That's what I was talking about. It's not one, it's even if they ended up on equal points, that's problems. The other issue is the net run rate. The Nangarhar Leopards are minus 0.527. Kandahar Knights have got a significantly better run rate. So if it does come to equal points between those two to who qualifies, then run rate is going to play a big role. At the moment, they've got a lot of catching up to do, Kandahar Knights. But they'll believe that if they just have to win another couple of games, their net run rate might just put them in the pound seats when it comes to that semi-final spot.
What a bowler this man has been in the tournament thus far. Look at that, 2 overs for 4. Fantastic stuff. Suru Udana is going to go round the wicket from the pavilion end, bowling to Naveen ul Haq. And this is what we've seen from Udana for most of the tournament. Generally, he started off over the wicket, trying to swing the ball for the first over or two, and then later on in the innings, he's come round the wicket, tried to cramp the batsman for room. He's been such an effective bowler, hasn't he, Alistair? And amazing to think that, of course, he missed the first game. Amazing in the sense that they got the balance of the side wrong in that first game, did Paktia. And that's why they lost to Kabul. Just had one frontline seamer, if memory serves me correct. But since Udana's come into the side, from a bowling perspective, they really have looked a different kettle of fish entirely.
I think he's had a simple game plan, a clear game plan, and he's executed the best out of anybody. And that has been an excellent slower ball that he's used to good effect and exactly when it's been required. But the big thing for me is that Yorker, he's used it up front and at the back end of the innings. And I just think he's been fantastic. And those figures are a testament to that fact. 4 for 38, he was a little expensive in the game against Balkh, but managed to pick up 4 wickets. But the rest of the game's been absolutely outstanding. And bowls at the crucial stages of every game, right at the front and right at the back end when everyone's on the attack.
Well, that looked like a decent shout to me. Maybe, just maybe, the batsman got outside the line of off stump.
I think that's what saved him. Just walks across the stumps, and this will give us a better indication. Oh, I tell you what, that's so close. Did it hit him on off stump? He was on the move. Did he get it just outside the line? It was mighty close. Benefit of the doubt. And there wasn't a lot of doubt. I tell you what, it was a matter of millimetres, but going in the favour of the batsman on that occasion.
Shazad directing the traffic as captain, and he was telling me just off microphone before the match started that he's not really enjoying that aspect of captaincy at all. He says he's finding it pretty mentally tiring out on the ground, not just having to think about his own performance, but the performance of his 10 teammates and where the fielders are, the bowling changes. I think he's very grateful to have players like Udana with bags of experience and Afridi, of course, in the side too. Over cover. And that's Sharifi out at a very wide third man. Just a single.
And only 2 off the over, 4 balls bowled. So they're really finding it tough here at the back end, Nangarhar Leopards. Good effort in the outfield, just keeping it down to 1. And he's happy with that. Usuru Udana, cool customer, really is doing a terrific job. Yeah, there'll be a few nerves in that camp, let me tell you. It's not all positive, those faces. That's slashed away. And fine leg, I should say, third man is up in the circle. A rare delivery off track from Usuru Udana. And he's able to get a healthy outside edge, is Naveen ul Haq, and races away for 4.
Width was the key here. He had long on and long off in position, but he had third man up in the circle. So it's one of those situations where, as long as Naveen ul Haq got some bat on the ball, he was going to get value, given that width that Udana provided him with. Now he goes over cover. They should come back for 2. Sharafuddin out there on the cover boundary. 2 runs for Naveen. He's on to 11, 117 for 6. Two overs left, 12 balls. What can Nangarhar do? Can they get up to that 140 that Alistair Campbell's been talking about? Yusuf Zazai from the Sharjah club end, the penultimate over. That's off somewhere near the bottom of the bat. Afridi's there, and Afridi takes the catch. Ramat Shah goes, and that's another hammer blow right in the guts of Nangarhar Leopards.
Yeah, the last recognised batsman, he needed to bat through to the end, and it's not going to happen right at the toe end. It was a full toss, just gave himself too much room. And all he could do was spoon it up in the air. Shahid Afridi making some good ground, the elder statesman, and he's not going to drop those. So they get another one, do the Paktia Panthers. The Nangarhar Leopards, well, their struggles continue. Ramat Shah gone for 32, 117 for 7 now.
Mujib in at number 9. The batsman crossed while that ball was in the air. So Naveen ul Haq will be on strike. A direct hit would have seen Mujibur Rahman on his way back to the pavilion. Sami Shinwari was at short fine leg. This is why Mujib is here. In fact, before that, this is the attempted run out from Shinwari. And as you can see, that would have been out had the ball struck the stumps.
Right, Mujib is an entertaining batsman. He tries to play all the shots in the book. Don't be surprised if you see him trying to play the reverse sweep. He tries to move across his stumps. He has got a lot of things going through his mind as to where he wants to score. Oh, he flats that one away. Oh, it's a terrific strike. Really is. Just held back in his crease. It was short, and it came right out the middle of the bat. Excellent strike.
Well, the over started with that dismissal of Ramat Shah, where the ball came right off the toe. That came right out of the middle. You can see the red spots on Mujibur Rahman's bat. And that was roughly around the area that that ball found. Oh, what a tremendous effort at backward pointing. That's Cameron Delport flying away to his left. That would have been 4. So in one sense you can say Delport saved 3 runs, but tremendous effort from him.
Yeah, I think you're right. He saved the boundary big time. It was going very quickly. Yes, it goes down technically as a chance, but terrific effort just to get there and parry it. Oh, he's got to get back. He didn't know where it was. He was beaten all ends up, was Naveen ul Haq, and then decided to take a trot down the wicket and was very nearly run out. Directed, I reckon, would have seen him short of his ground.
Yes, it's an interesting decision to run when you don't know where the ball is, and that's exactly what Naveen did there. And yes, he was gone for all money if Mohammad Shahzad had hit the stumps. Well, is that a wide? No. End of the over. 1 to come. 123 for 7. Fans who've turned up here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium this evening, really enjoying themselves in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League action. The last over to be bowled by Isuru Udana. He doesn't usually go round the park, so this is going to be a very tough task indeed for Nangarhar to get anything remotely resembling a big over in. Looks like Udana is going to go back over the wicket for this last over. Mujib is the man on strike. Third man is up in the circle and also very, very fine.
A slower ball. It's so well bowled, it really is. But that's his method of attack. That fine, I should say the third man up in the circle, fine, and then a backward point right on the boundary, an extra cover on the boundary and a mid-off. So the target is outside that off stump. I'm trying to move across the stumps there, Mujib. Not able to make good contact, not able to shovel it away on the leg side.
One is all they'll get. Now, we saw the Nangarhar tail last night, Alistair, against Saeed Shahzad. Really struggle with his slower balls. Is it a case for these two batsmen now of simply playing every ball from Udana as if it's going to be a slower ball, and then if there is a full pace delivery, then so be it, but simply playing him as though he's going to bowl that slower ball, setting yourself for that?
Yeah, it's not a bad method, that. I think you've got to set yourself back in your stumps, because you know that if it is a quicker one, it's going to try and be the Yorker. He's going to aim for the Yorker. So you want to be back there to try and give yourself as much chance as possible to get some willow underneath it, to be able to leverage it. And then if it is a slow ball, I think it's always better to be hanging back, and you're able to make a better connection from then. When you're moving forward, you tend to be overbalancing a little bit, and it's tougher to make good contact with a slower ball.
Out. Well, interesting idea from Naveen ul Haq with third man up in the circle. He was trying to ramp the ball, even though it was very full in length outside the off stump, over that fielder. But all he did in the end was just ramp it straight into Shahzad's hands.
Yeah, he would have thought for a while that, hold on, I've actually done this perfectly, but unluckily for him, he didn't get enough angle on it, didn't get it to evade the keeper, and a simple catch really from Mohammad Shahzad. And the Suru Udana, well, he does what he does best. He really is finishing this innings off superbly well. The consummate professional. Naveen ul Haq, he'll have his work cut out with ball in hand, but for now he's gone for 13, 126 for 8.
Just checking the front foot to ensure that Naveen ul Haq had something, Suru Udana had something behind the line, and he did. And so that is a wicket for Udana. 126 for 8. And Sandeep Lamichan, the Nepalese leg spinner, will make his way out to the middle now for his first innings in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. It's his debut, of course, playing for Nepal in an ICC World 2020 qualifier, which explains his late arrival. Another look at the wicket.
Yeah, it doesn't come off the face, comes off the top edge. That's the problem. If he had got it to come off the face, would have got it to go a lot squarer. But a Suru Udana, well, you're the one who should be applauded by the rest of your team, the way you bowled in this tournament. Another wicket, another fine over to close things out. Still two balls remaining, though. 3 runs only off this last over. They're going to run. And I'll tell you what, he's hit the stumps, and has he made his ground, or is he sure? They're going to go upstairs. This is going to be mighty close.
Well, they ran just to try and get Mujib back on strike, but I think he's been short of his ground. Yes, he's out. What a terrific last over this is from Udana. Just 3 runs from it. A couple of wickets too now. Good work as well from Mohammad Shahzad. And Nangarhar are just falling in a heap here. With 1 ball remaining, they're now 9 down. 126 for 9, with Mujibur Rahman run out for 7. Suru Adana getting rid of Naveen ul Haq earlier in this over, and that continues his excellent run in this tournament. Look at that, he's got at least 1 wicket in every match that he's played, 11 wickets so far, and he really has been one of the standout players of this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. Last ball then, and Zahir Khan on strike. Out. So in the end, 3 wickets in 3 balls. One of them was a run out, Afridi pouching the catch at extra cover. So 2 wickets now for Udana, and Nangarhar bowled out from the last ball of their innings, all out for 126. What a disastrous end to their 20 overs, and it means that Paktia required just 127 for victory.
Yeah, a disastrous end really to a far from perfect batting display. Giving himself room, Zahir Khan trying to muscle it over the cover area, but Shahid Afridi had other thoughts and plucks it out of the air. It's Suru Adana, who else to finish things up?
That I think we played probably the best cricket over the 3 weeks, and
Really did well in the league phase, beating them twice, but this is going to be another day. It's a big game, of course. Kabul as well, they have done pretty well. They started off nicely against the Paktia Panthers, winning by 3 wickets, of course. Then they lost against Balkh. They also lost the other league game against Balkh by 21 runs. But remember, the semi-final yesterday was a big win for them, and they won by 90 runs. Brian was once again down, and he had a chat.
Delighted to say that we've been joined by Kabul Zwanan's Laurie Evans. Laurie, big game. You played in a big game in September in the UK and came off second best for Sussex there in the final. What's going to be different tonight?
Well, I've got Parney in the same team this time, so you know, he obviously won for Worcester that day. The finals are always brilliant. It's all about who handles the pressure the best, and I like to think I've got a good record in finals, so hopefully I'll just continue that and you know, and try and lead by example in that dressing room.
Where's the game going to be won and lost tonight? Obviously, you've got Rashid Khan, you've got Wayne Parnell, big players for big matches, but they've got Chris Gale and a host of players who performed really well in this tournament. Yeah,
I think the pressure's probably all on them, and sometimes in big pressure games, the underdogs are, you know, are sort of the more dangerous team. So hopefully we can, you know, look, we've got some quality players in our dressing room, and it's just, like I said, who handles the pressure the best on the day and delivers their skills, you know, to the highest level.
How much confidence can you take out of that crushing semi-final win last night going into tonight? Is it an advantage to be playing back to?
You know, time will tell, but, you know, I think everyone in that dressing room is pretty excited to be playing a final.
Laurie, thanks very much for joining us. Best of luck tonight.
Cheers, thanks.
Very nicely said by Laurie Evans that it's going to be a pressure game. Whoever handles the pressure well would be doing well in this game. Hazratullah Zazai, Rashid Khan, the big names in the ranks, of course, having a chat with the coach as well. He's doing just warming up before the game, those motions just before the game, just a bit loser as well. And it's going to be interesting how the surface is here for the final, because we had some low scoring games, high scoring ones as well. But Hamid and Brian were out there for the pitch report.
We're out in the middle here at Sharjah Cricket Stadium, where we've had 22 previous matches over the course of 16 days. We've been on 2 pitches, and we're on the middle of the 2 pitches for the final. I've got Hamid Hassan with me, the Afghanistan fast bowler. Hamid, this is the surface then that we're going to have the 40 overs on today. What are your impressions of it?
Oh, the wicket is very good for batting. If you see last games, they played very well. And I don't see any much changes because there's a cracks. It's hard surface, and it's just the grass is there just holding the pitch. So I think it's not going to any big changes. Maybe in 40 overs will be good for both sides.
And it's a final, pressure. As a captain, if you were to win the toss, which would you prefer to do? Would you like to bat first and set a target, or would you like to chase?
Of course, if I was a captain, I have to bat first because if you see last 2 games in semi-finals, they lost by chasing. The pressure game is there, big final. Everybody wants to win the game. And I have to say, batting will be first will be good for the team to put a good total on board, and then we'll see the next team what we'll do for chasing.
So that's our view from out here. It's a good surface, and if the captain winning the toss has a decision to make, we think he should bat first.
Yes, and this man, he will be ready to go. The universe boss, he's come back into form. They have come some decent bowlers as well. Aftab Alam, he's done well. Mohammad Nabi, of course, a very good, handy all-rounder for them. They have some seasoned campaigners. And what happened in the toss? Of course, Brian was out there with both the captains.
We're all set for the final of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog. We've got the two captains out here, Rashid Khan of Kabul Zwanan and Mohammad Nabi of Balkh Legends. We've got the match referee as well, David Dukes. Who's got the coin, gentlemen? Mohammad Nabi's got the coin. Heads is the call. And it's come down ahead. Rashid, what are you going to do?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, we'd like to have a bat first. Looks to me a good wicket to bet on and to put some total final game, big match. So always good to have some total on the board.
You batted first in the semi-final last night, and that obviously worked for you. Is that what it's all about, putting runs on the board and pressure in a final?
Yeah, exactly. I think in a big game, it's always crucial to put runs on the board, and it's quite tough to chase that. It's always remain in the history as well. But we just need to focus on playing good cricket. We were mentally ready for either bowling or batting, but that's what we had planned to bet on. So looking forward to get a good total on the board and try to defend that.
What about changes in your starting lineup? Is it the same side as last night, or have you made any alterations?
Yeah, we have one change. Fitratullah is not playing, and instead of Nasir Tudakhel is back in the team.
Thanks very much, Rashid. Good luck this evening. Nabi? Nabi, what would you have done if you'd won the toss?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yes, if you look to the pitch, it's quite a batting track as well, and also wanted to bat first as well. But there's unfortunately toss loss, and hopefully we will restrict them in the lowest total. Yeah.
Well, you beat them in the two group games, and you beat them batting second, and you beat them batting first. So you must have a lot of confidence.
Yeah, we quite practice for the chasing and for batting first or batting second. We have all confidence on that. Hopefully we'll chase easily. Yeah.
Any changes from your side that won a couple of nights ago?
No, we have same side today.
Nabi, thank you very much indeed for your time, and good luck this evening.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So there you have it. Out here in the middle, Rashid Khan of Kabul Zwanan has won the toss, and he's opted to bat first.
So Rashid Khan, he wants to get runs on the board. That's going to be important. A big game, of course, the lineup for them. They're playing 11. Musa still out there. Wayne Pandal, Rashid Khan. They have a very strong outfit. Of course, with me in the com box, I've got Dougie Brown, former cricketer, and UAE national coach as well. Dougie, looks to be a good lineup, this one, isn't it?
It is absolute power all round. Both teams have a lot of power, bat very, very deep. I was very interested to see Laurie Evans say the team that handles the pressure most will be the ones who come out on top. And again, interesting to see that the team winning the toss has chosen to bat first and try and get some kind of scoreboard pressure on the board. In finals, we know how important that is.
Yeah, mentioning about Balkh legends, well, Chris Gale, Rasuli, they did really well in the semi-final. Munro, Tendas, Kate, Bopara, they have really done well in the middle order. They bat deep. Mohammad Nabi has played some cameos. Gulbuddin Naib as well, a very decent all-rounder. Ikram Ali, of course, a wicket-keeper for them. Ashraf, Ahmed and Aftab Alam. So it looks to be a very good side. And of course, in the league phase, they won both the games against the Kabul side. So that's going to be, of course, a different thing now, because that's a past story. It's a new game, a new pressure as well, being the final, so it's not going to be easy. But the people out here waiting in eagerness. What an occasion here, Dougie.
It is. They may not be packing the stands in here, but I'm no doubt there are millions of people back in Afghanistan watching this bated breath. Two powerhouses of Afghanistan cricket, if you like, and some of the best batsmen on display over the course of the whole tournament. We're expecting an absolute belter of an occasion here tonight, and we all know what finals sometimes end up being, but I think with the type of players on display, we can only expect to be an absolute brilliant night.
You have coached so many sides. Of course, UAE national coach as well. Laurie Evans was with you in the county circuit. So, as a coach, what would you say to your boys, just before the game or the team meetings? What would your thought be as far as the big game is concerned, Dougie?
Well, I think you've got to take into account what's happened previously. I spoke to Heath Streak, one of the coaches down there tonight, and he was saying that they've spoken a lot about the lengths that they bowl, but ultimately it's about going out there and expressing themselves and enjoying themselves. Clearly, both teams are playing good cricket. They've got to a final. Other teams have not got to the final, so we know there are very good players in this side who are performing really well. In a final, it takes your big players to have a big day. That's exactly what all the coaches and all the players will be looking for. But I think it's going out there, expressing yourself, but just making sure the occasion doesn't get too much to you. Exactly what Laurie Evans said. Take control of the pressure and go and have a good day.
And what an entry out there, because absolutely some big stars, mega stars, people really waiting in eagerness. Both the openers walking out, along with, of course, the Balkh side as well. Mohammad Nabi knows they have to bowl well initially. They have to pick up wickets. Hazratullah Zazai, what name he's made for himself with those 6 sixes in 1 over, about 100 as well in the league phase. Really, he's made a big statement for himself.
He has. He looks a very dangerous player, and I think these Balkh legends need to be on their toes, because if they get it wrong to him, the dimensions of this ground here, Sharjah, and the flat nature of the pitch will probably play into his hands. But let's not forget about the guy at the other end, Luke Ronke. He very rarely goes through a tournament having not made a major impact. He's not really done that in this tournament to this point. He's made good contributions, but he's not, for me, made match-winning contributions. And in a final like this, with the experience that the man on the screen has, you'd be looking to him to use his experience and certainly to usher the younger player through and take some of the pressure that may be on him off his shoulders.
Yeah, mentioning about Luke Ronke, he hasn't got big runs. He's got 150, of course, his highest being that 50. But Hazratullah, as I just mentioned about him, what a player he is. Absolutely class, the way he strikes it. He's a very clean hitter. Just see the strike rate, phenomenal in any format. And of course, in the APL, 198 for him so far.
Yeah, I was interested in watching the way that he batted. He went about his innings. He's very much a hitter, looking to sort of clear his legs and hit the ball straight, clear his front leg. He's looking to drag the ball straight, and it'll be interesting to see how these Balkh legends go about trying to defend that. Hazratullah is looking for the bowler to bowl straight, and he's looking to hit the ball off the line of the stumps. I'll be interested to see if they actually try and change their angles or change their lengths to him, just to make it that slightly more difficult for him.
All in redness here. Ahmed Shah Bakhtin, of course, the square leg umpire from Afghanistan. His partner Anil Chaudhary from India, very experienced in the ICC panel as well. All in redness out here. Mohammad Nabi going to start off the proceedings. He's done that very frequently for the Balkh legends. So all settled. He's generally getting to his partner as well. Interesting field set here. He's got a ring of fielders on the off. A man at square leg. Final leg inside the circle. So the first ball of the final. Getting a bit of drift as well with the new ball. Gets that curve very nicely, Mohammad Nabi.
Yeah, you actually just play him as a little out-swing bowler. He's not trying to spin it with a new ball, and his record is incredible, considering he bowls so many overs in the power play, how often he manages to keep his economic rate intact.
It's not an easy art, Dougie, because bowling with a new ball, you've got to be very accurate with the glaze on the ball, the shine on the ball, and his accuracy has been absolutely brilliant. He's got that confidence, He's the way he bowls with a new ball. This is what he's done so far. 4 for 12 against Nangarhar. That was a very good spell. He's picked up a few wickets, but he's been economical. More than picking up wickets, he's done really well with the new ball to start with.
Yeah, he very rarely goes through a game without making an impact, either with ball or with bat. We've seen that over the course of this tournament. His strike rate as a batsman is over 200. He's very economical with his bowling and very difficult. We've seen the majority of runs being scored here coming against the new ball. Anybody that's dished up width or any excess length have just been deposited.
For the left-hander, he had a slip in place. He's off the mark as well. So both the openers off the mark with those singles. Exactly what you want to do in a big game. Just relieve a bit of pressure, get those first runs. As an opening batsman, being an opening batsman, I always was very eager to get those first runs under my belt.
Yeah, it's very important just to feel bat and ball. And maybe a little bit of cat and mouse here for the first over. Just looking to try and ease into the game, if you like, and take the pressure off the dressing room, because there will be pressure in the dressing room. No matter how much Laurie Evans has talked about, dealing with the pressure, there will be pressure in both teams, and it's important that both get off to a very good start.
Oh, that's put away. That's a biggie to start with. Fuck maximum. Shpagiza. What a strike there. Just down the pad line, picks up the length. What a strike from Luke Ronchi.
Yeah, beautiful shot there from Luke Ronchi. Mohamed Nabi looking to bowl straight as he can and just getting it too straight on that occasion. The ball not swinging. These white balls only really swing and shape for a very short period of time. And that one just on his pads. And Luke Ronchi, we know he's a very powerful striker, but when he's got the line he's looking for, this boundary here in Sharjah Stadium is never going to be big enough for him.
This is the same surface where the first semi-final was played, and of course, Balkh Legends batting first in that game, scored 235 for 5. It was a big score, such a good surface to bat on. If you get your eyes in. He's playing in the gap, will be runs here, bisecting that gap between point and short third man. That's good running as well, ending with 2 runs. The first over gone, 10 without loss.
So 10 runs and a 6 coming off the first boundary from Mohamed Nabi. And opening at the other end. There's a very dynamic player, Gulbuddin Naib, who's done really well in this tournament. He always seems to find a way to get into the game. It's actually they're actually changing the bowling now. Aftab actually bowling. It looked like Gulbuddin Naib was going to take the new ball, but obviously a last-minute change. Whether that's actually part of the plans from Mohamed Nabi or whether he's decided to change on the hoof.
I think one man they'll like to get early is Hazratullah Zazai, the way he's batted, because he can really get runs in the first 6 overs in the power play. So probably just thinking otherwise, that's the reason Aftab has been brought in. Really bowled very impressively in the Asia Cup as well against top teams in the world. So he's got that knack of picking wickets. There's a field setting for him. A deep mid-wicket, long on. And near the square leg umpire as well. With that headband. His famous headband, Aftab Alam. Slow delivery to start with. That's put away. Oh, diving in way. And that's going to be the 4. Fork 4 here for Zazai. The first 4 for him.
Yeah, good shot. Too much width on display there. And this boundary, this outfield very quick, the boundary very short, and it doesn't take too much hitting. If it clears that infield in the power play, it's definitely going to go for 4. Actually, just watching Hazratullah here, the similarities, I'm sure there've been many similarities to Chris Gayle made because he hits 6s. But actually the way that he bats, the way that he's looking to score in particular areas is very similar to Chris Gayle. Clearly Chris Gayle has played a lot more cricket, but actually the way they go about batting is very, very similar.
Got that big 100 versus Nangarhar. Once again, not at the pitch of the ball, just making room for himself. We'll just pick up 1 more run. I think the big thing about him also, Dougie, is the bat throw, the bat speed is so tremendous. Just see the surface, looks to be a very good one. This is the same surface where the first semi-final was played. And I think the curator and the ground staff out here have done a great job because, 23rd game, back-to-back, never easy. They just played on 2 strips, 2 surfaces out here in the Sharjah ground. And still the binding is so good on this wicket. You can see the sheen, the famous Sharjah sheen on the wicket.
Yeah, it's probably less of a mirror than it was when the tournament started, but you can still see it's still very shiny. And actually when you stand on the wicket and touch the grass is very soft, which generally will tell you that the ball should come on really nicely. It is a phenomenal effort to play 23 matches and still to be producing a pitch like this one.
Not timing it too well. That should be taken. And yes, that's the first wicket. Luke Ronchi won't be happy. Aftab striking straight away in his first over. Going for the big one. Probably coming from the toe end of the blade. And Luke Ronchi, after a bright start in the first over, has got to walk back.
Yeah, I think a slow ball they're just doing for Luke Ronchi, trying to hit it over mid-on and very much off the toe of the bat. He'll be very, very disappointed. But very good bowling from Aftab. And a very simple catch at mid-on. So unfortunately for Kabul, the first wicket goes. Big player in Ronchi. Ronchi's gone for 9 of 6 balls. It's 15 for 1.
So once again, a promotion for Wayne Parnell coming at number 3. He's played a few good knocks coming at number 3 for the Kabul Zwanan. He's a good striker, decent player. Really can tonk the ball hard. 145 is strike rate so far in the APL. 42 is best. That came at number 3. Aftab, of course, striking early. Important wicket. Luke Ronchi can be very dangerous with the bat. Another left-hander walks in. So 2 left-handers out there now, Dougie.
Yeah, and that might actually play into Balkh Legends' hands. They might go an extra over with the off-spin, trying to beat the outside edge of the bat. We haven't seen any spins so far, but then again, Mohamed Nabi didn't try to spin the ball. Wayne Parnell is better than a pinch hitter. He's a very, very dangerous batter up front. Starting with a bouncer. And Aftab showing his intent straight away. Sometimes a difficult thing to do, going in there as a bowler who actually hits the ball really hard, because as a coach or a captain, you need to get bat on ball. You know that the power play is a very good time to score through the field. You don't always have to be looking to score over the field. Sometimes if you go in there as a pinch hitter, if you like, the temptation is to try and get the ball airborne, maybe just a little bit too early.
Once again, take inside edge there. We'll pick up one more run there. Good stuff from Maresa. Really well. Another man who's been very impressive on the field with the ball. Picked up some important wickets for his side.
Yeah, he's got round the boundary very well. Ran a very good angle there. If he'd gone round the boundary boards, the ball would have probably gone for 4. He ran a very good angle to pick it up and probably saved an extra run. Good fielding.
But just the kind of start you want, especially out of the first over where Mohamed Nabi conceded 10 runs. You have gotten a wicket, important wicket of Luke Ronchi. Can be such a dangerous player up the order. Once again, slow delivery. Good variation of pace. Looking for that single. Just sent back in time. All happening. 2 overs gone. 16 for 1.
I think Balkh Legends have a better bowling attack than Kabul. I think
So most runs in the APL. Mohammad Shahzad, of course, leading the pack, 344. Zazai has a chance of catching up and even crossing it. Laurie Evans, 291. He's done really well with the bat for the Kabul side. Anton Devsage, of course, he can't now add to that. 270 for him. So leading run getters, Mohammad Shahzad. What a treat when he's on song. Going to be Mohammad Nabi once again. And a slip in place as well. Now he'll bowl those off spinners, isn't it, Dougie?
Yeah, that's the danger of 2 left-handers at the crease. Nabi can bowl these off spin, and you can see that the ball just gripping a little bit. Hasn't spun massively, but that's the first ball that he's actually tried to spin, and there's certainly been a little bit on offer there.
We saw against the right-handers, he was curving the ball away like an outswinger, but now, of course, his usual stuff. The off spinners, the ball just gripping. He's got to be careful, Wayne Parnell. He's a good striker. He's a decent bat. Oh, that struck. Straight to the fielder. Bit of hesitancy in running in the end, all's well.
Yeah, good single there. Slight confusion, last ball of the last over, and then there as well. I think this offside field, I think it's they're looking to try and squeeze as many singles as possible. Nabi trying to beat the outside edge of the bat. Chris Gale standing at slip, looking for any mishap. But again, they're looking to try and squeeze these Kabul batsmen for every single run.
It would be in his mind, Mohammad Nabi, that even yesterday they scored really well. Kabul, the way they batted, they came back very well, scoring 192 in the semi-final against the Pakistan Panthers. They have the depth in batting. Colin Ingram really batted well along with Rashid Khan. So they would like to restrict them under probably 170, 160, because chasing anything over 180, 190 in a final, Dougie, the pressure is different.
I think chasing anything over 140 in a final might be tricky. Scoreboard pressure does really strange things to people.
Yeah, you're right. That's the reason he opted to bat. Get runs on the board. That's a good strike. Very good effort. That might be referred. But diving there. Just thought probably He's done a very good job out there. Just checking with the third umpire.
Well, if he's saved a boundary, he's done very, very well. He's made up a lot of ground. He's very wide at long on. And so far, that looks pretty good. Excellent fielding.
That's Rasuli. Really batted well in the semi-final. Does very good, well there. Good commitment, sliding, diving, and saving some important runs for his side. Looks to be okay at this stage. You see, checking from another angle now. Just pushing the ball in when he slided for that. Probably just checking whether his hand was touching the skirting or not.
Yeah, it's a very good effort to that point. Maybe it's that right hand, the right elbow, just touching the boundary rope. Fairly inconclusive from this angle. We can't really tell. But if it is going to be only 2 runs, well, it's these small margins that make a huge impact in the game. And very good fielding from the youngster.
He has done well. 3 overs gone, 19 for 1. In fact, signaling 4 as well. So that's the end of the over. It's going to be Aftab Alam from the other end. The average first inning scores, Dougie, in the APL is 172. So that shows the kind of surface it is throughout. We've had some low scoring games, some high scoring ones. But the average score, 172.
You know, they'll certainly be targeting more than 170. If they can get one of these batsmen in, established at the crease, they are capable of way more than that. But this pitch, even just watching the first 2 or 3 overs, it looks like the ball's sticking in a bit more than what it has done previously to this point in the tournament. And, you know, pitches, they've had a lot of traffic on them. And the ball, if you do ball into the wicket, the ball sometimes comes out slightly different speed. And that may be making it slightly more difficult for the batsman. Interesting to see the lengths that the bowlers have bowled so far. Into the wicket, trying to target the top of the stumps.
He's not giving much pace to the batsman. He's bowling those slow deliveries, those cutters. That's exactly what he does very well. In the death overs, bowls those Yorkers, Aftab Alam. He's bowled some very good spells for his side. The captain having a lot of confidence in his abilities. Hasn't taken too many wickets. 2 for 14 versus Balkh against Nangarhar as well, 2 for 26. But he's been economical.
Well, there we go, just slow a ball to a bouncer, and that's exactly what you need to do as a brave bowler in this format of the game. You need to be showing the batsman that they can't line you up, and that's exactly what Aftab has done there. That's the second bouncer we've seen him bowl, and it's a good one as well. You talk about, if you're going to bowl a bouncer, make sure you get it up in between shoulder and head high, and that's exactly what he's done.
He's got a man at deep square leg. The fine leg inside the circles, that's Chris Gale. Oh, that's a good delivery. Just see the way he alters his length. Very clever. Good stuff here from Aftab Alam.
Yeah, like I mentioned a minute or 2 ago, the danger of playing a pinch hitter is they just can't get bat on ball, which, you know, it's all well and good hitting 6s and 4s, but if you're not rotating the strike in between, you're going to leave yourself short. It may be that the pitch is slightly more difficult than what we can see from here, but not making contact is a bit of a cardinal sin from a batsman at this stage.
I think just that it does for the side is it adds to the depth of the batting, because you have someone, you know, even if he gets out, doesn't matter. But you're right, you know, losing probably on a few deliveries, because he's taken his time now, Panel. 2 of 10. Exactly what the Balkh legends are looking at, just to tie him up initially, stem the flow of runs, not give him easy runs. These are important overs. Remember, the power play in progress, just 2 fielders out of the circle.
Yeah, and the most successful batsmen for Kabul have been the likes of Laurie Evans, Colin Ingram, Rashid Khan. And what you're doing is by playing, oh no, this might be a run-out opportunity. Oh, they've got home. Not the best throw from Nabi. And scampered through for a single. After 4 overs, 22 for 1.
It's certainly offering a little bit. It's not bragging, but it's...
Mr. Shafiq Stanexai, CEO of the Afghanistan Cricket Board, watching the proceedings. It's been a great effort by everyone associated with this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, the first edition. Of course, we are on the final game, big game here. Mohammad Nabi has done very well. And I think great thinking as well, Dougie, that he's persisting with himself. Bowling his third over now, just seeing both the left-handers out there. Parnell struggling a bit. Very good move here from the captain.
Yeah, both left-handers have been under pressure to Nabi. He's just offering a little bit out of the surface, and it's very difficult when the ball's spinning away from your outside edge. If he's bowling straight, you have to be taking a chance off the line of your stumps, which he's done on that occasion, and that's gone straight up in the air. And it's going to be a good catch by Nabi. Yes, great catch. And the second wicket, and that's a big wicket as well. Hajratullah, the danger man in this partnership. I think a lot of dot balls been eaten up, and he felt necessary to try and take it on.
Yeah, he wanted to break the shackles because the runs weren't coming. Parnell as well was taking a bit of time, going for the big one, not getting the elevation, and himself doing a very good job there, Mohammad Nabi. Good cotton ball, went high up in the air, never easy under lights, but he's really led from the front. Mohammad Nabi, Hazratullah would be disappointed, out for 10, is 23 for 2 now. So Colin Ingram, he walks in. Played a brilliant knock yesterday in the semi-final. Just coming back into form. Such a good fielder as well. 185 runs for him in the APL. Playing in the air, does pretty well on that occasion. Parnell making a move on. That's a maximum, fog maximum. Shpagiza.
Yeah, that's a very brave shot there from Wayne Parnell. Just lost the wicket the ball before. This time he's actually looking to go with the spin, which is what Hajratullah didn't do. He went across the line of a spin. On that occasion, Parnell getting his hands straight through, straight over mid-off, and a beautiful six straight into the crowd.
Exactly how he's got to go about. Once again, getting a bit of turn. That was the off spinner. Mixes it so nicely, Mohammad Nabi. That one just gripping the surface, I felt.
Yeah, very much gripping in the surface and coming out very slowly as well, which makes it very difficult for these batsmen. I think they need to learn from the wicket of Hajratullah, and when they're playing spin, it's very important, I feel, that they actually go with the spin. They can still hit the ball for 4 and 6, but it makes it difficult if they're going against the line of the spin.
What he did on the last occasion was bring the mid-on fielder up inside the circle. The long off was back. Once again, veering his pace. This was the wicket of Hazratullah Zazai. Goes for the big one, never getting that elevation. Immediately knew that he was in trouble there. The ball just curling above, but he does very well. Cool as a cucumber, and he's done a very good job. Decent overs from the captain straight away with the new ball, bowling his third one, 1 for 23. Ingram on strike for the first time. Good delivery, good over. 5 gone is 30 for 2. The highest score in the power play has been 97 for no loss. The lowest 38 for 2. There's going to be a change in bowling. Mirwais Ashraf comes in. Mentioned about him earlier. Always has got the knack of picking wickets. Done really well. 13 wickets for him, Dougie. Just see that economy. Wonderful. Bowls the death. 4 for 19 is best. So what a player he's been for the Balkh Legends.
And he's a pretty handy bowler coming in at 30 for 2. I think the Balkh Legends will be the happier of the two teams at this stage. Certainly controlling this power play to this point. I'll be interested to see if the batsman Wayne Parnell been sent out to do a job, if he looks to try and be the aggressor and not let Ashraf sort of settle into his role.
That's good effort. Very good commitment there. Throwing it straight away, releasing the ball very quickly. And that's so very important, Dougie.
It is. I feel that hit the stumps. That may have been a run out. Oh, absolutely. Colin Ingram had given that up. But the throw was wide. It wasn't accurate. So they scamper through for a single.
But the thing about the Kabul side is they have someone like Laurie Evans, Rashid Khan, who have done really well coming in the middle order. Laurie Evans so consistent with the bat, and you have been his coach as well this season, Dougie.
All down to me, yeah. No, I'm delighted for the way Laurie Evans has played. You know, I was coaching him at Warwickshire for 6 or 7 years, and he's done very, very well. As we just look at the most wickets in the tournament, Udana having a fantastic tournament, 17 wickets.
And you see that graphic. It's a very interesting graphic because you mentioned about Ashraf, of course. Udana has been special for the Paktia Panthers. No bowler from Kabul features there. So that's a big surprise for me, you know, because shows that really the wickets have been taken by the Balkh region's bowler, Gulbadin Naib. You mentioned about him. Ashraf has been very successful as well. But no bowler there from the Kabul side.
That's a very good point, but they'll be looking towards their top performance. Rashid Khan, you would think, will be licking his lips watching this pitch behave the way it's behaving. You know, slow and spinning a little bit. He has that mystery. He's performed really well in this format, in all formats, but all over the world. And they'll be looking for him to make best use of this surface.
Well, Rashid Khan, he's taken 9 wickets. Wayne Parnell 10. So really, they've done well reasonably, but don't feature in that list. The highest wicket taker so far in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. But Rashid Khan, you know, he rises to the occasion whenever the opportunity is there. Mentioned about Jassi for Kabul. Wayne Parnell mentioned about him 10 wickets. Rashid Khan 9. Muslim Musa has done well 7. Farid Malik at times is bowled really well. Chimed with some important spells. 6 wickets for him. Nicely played on the onside. So 6 overs gone. The power play gone is 34 for 2.
Mix it up. Yeah, straight, give it nothing.
Our fellow commentator Charu Sharma watching the proceedings, a smile as well, looking very relaxed. 6 overs gone, 34 for 2. This is the lowest power play score for the Kabul side. Mohammad Nabi continuing once again, coming on for his last over. He's done such a good job. Stemmed the flow of runs, picked that big wicket of Hasrullah Zazai. Lowest score for the Kabul side. And a big game like this, Dougie. What's your take?
Well, it's a final and there are nerves, there's pressure. And it's difficult out there at the moment. Certainly struggling against the off-spin of Mohammad Nabi. I think left-handers finding it particularly tough. I'm just wondering whether Kabul Zwanan actually missed a bit of a trick by sending in a right-hander at the fall of the last wicket. Just to split up the dynamic of this partnership. We've seen left-handers so far, and it has proved to be very difficult. But certainly, Balkh legends will be absolutely delighted where they are at the moment. Looking at the power play scores throughout the course of the tournament for Kabul, there's some pretty high numbers there, and today, as you say, it's the lowest number they've posted.
In match number 8, that was versus Kandahar, they got 38 for 2. Oh, all happening there.
Mohammad Nabi making the Kabul batsmen work really hard just to rotate strike and get a single. A slight misfield, that extra cover, and My goodness, everybody's in trouble.
The umpire was in the firing line. Anil Chaudhary had to save himself. Just having a look there towards the fielder. That's a good delivery. You know, this is the important thing, you know, as a bowler. Bowl win the stumps. Don't give much room to the batsman. And exactly what you would be telling Dougie when you're also coaching a few sides, the coach of the UAE national side. You know, just bowl win the stumps. You give that leverage to free your arms, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Very, very good shot. I'm surprised he hasn't taken that shot on a bit before now, and it's running away for 4 runs. A really well executed paddle shot and a very, very valuable boundary. They've been very short so far. That's a lovely shot there from Colin Ingram. A very, very skillful player in this format of the game.
Yeah, you're right. Great skills there. Never easy. Made it look so easy. Just playing that cheeky shot, but very nicely executed by him. Not very happy, Mohammad Nabi. He's been so good so far. Fork 4. Colin Ingram, the last few games, he's just come back into form. He struggled early on, didn't get too many runs in the Afghanistan Premier League. But last few innings have been pretty impressive from him. Getting a bit of turn. Playing on the rise, ran the first one hard. Will they come back? No is the call. Just settling for 1 to end the 7th over. Is 41 for 2.
He's done very well, hasn't he, Mohammad Nabi? 30 runs, but a very valuable wicket at the top of the order. And he'll be most pleased with what his team has been able to achieve so far, because the Kabul batting is in trouble. 7 overs gone, only 41 scored. They're well behind par at this stage. And we'll see whether they can recover, because I think anything under 160, 170, the Balkh batting may be able to get pretty easily. Remember, they chased 177 earlier on in this tournament against the Kabul Zwanan team. So Mirwais now, who came in a little late to the party, has suddenly been among the wickets and big time. Doesn't bowl too quick, but he has been among the wickets with his gentle medium pace. Obviously, he's got something special. They'll squeeze a single away. So, you guys, I hope you're enjoying your fantasy team selections. MyTeam11.com is where you need to go. Create your own team, test your skills, and of course, win real cash. I hope you have been all the way through. Among the many that you may have wanted to include later is this man, Mirwais Ashraf. Given 5 runs away, but plenty of wickets for him. And in the commentary box, I'm delighted to have the company of Ashish Sethi, who is the, what should I say, investment partner, and of course, the main man, along with the Afghanistan Cricket Board, to long offer just a single. So, Ashish, congratulations. I tell you what, I am very impressed with what's happened so far. We're all, of course, following Afghanistan cricket very closely. We are delighted that you got the league on track, because I know the first year is just so difficult. So I got to congratulate you.
Thank you, Charu. Thank you indeed.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, there's a huge history behind all of this. So I'm sure some of the stories are, again, probably just a single. Some of the stories you may not want to recount on television, but the other ones, especially the good ones. How long did it take you to get the whole thing going?
I think this preparation has been close to over a year. We've been preparing for this day, and I'm pretty excited that today we have lived the dream together. You know, Snigdha Sports, Team Snigdha Sports, Afghanistan Cricket Board, especially Shafiq, and they're all board members. I'm glad we have lived it together.
And of course, here we are to the final. 22 matches down. This is match number 23. Lots of preparation, hard work. And for you, it'd be terrific to see the fruition of this. I mean, here we are in the final. We've had some terrific moments. We've enjoyed the league thoroughly. Some very close matches as well, which is what it's all about. You know, close matches eventually. It grabs people. And of course, I believe in Afghanistan, people are delighted with what's going on.
I'm sure. I think we have had the best of the matches possible in any T20 league. And the kind of run chases we have had, the kind of 6 sixes in an over we have had, and hat trick, highest run scored in UAE. Then there's another record, highest runs chased in UAE. So I think there's almost half a dozen records we have made in this 23 matches.
Well, how lucky was Colin Ingram there. Terrific delivery by Mirwais. And very full. Colin, for a moment, might have expected it to crash onto his stumps. And he thrashes it again. Will it find the gap? No, still can't. So run making very difficult. It continues to be for Kabul Zwanan. A decent over by Mirwais Ashraf. And we got 46 for 2 after 8.
So what else you want to talk about? Especially.
The broadcast of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by FOG, going around the world. Ariana in Afghanistan, of course, very importantly. D-Sport in India and other partners in many other parts of the world. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying our telecast of this inaugural Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by FOG. I've got Ashish Sethi still here with me. Just your partnership with the Afghanistan Cricket Board. You know, it's been new. You didn't have any sporting experience before this. But how have you enjoyed that partnership and making new friends?
It's been a fantastic journey. As I again said, thank you to the Afghanistan Cricket Board. They not only handholded us, they mentored us in a very professional manner and a friendly manner. They never let us realize that we are a startup and, you know, we doing it. They've been very professional. They've been supporting. And today, I'm very happy because of Afghanistan Cricket Board that Snigzer has been able to deliver a world-class T20 league, which is in front of you.
Absolutely right. I mean, there's nothing short of world-class here. It's been very well organized. And of course, the telecast itself by Sportsworks from India. They've done a fantastic job. We'll try and show you some of the stars. We'll be in behind the camera all the way through. Clubbed behind the bowler. Oh, how welcome is that boundary? It's been a while. A Balkh Saluriza. That's what Kabul Zwanan need. So Wayne Parnell finally getting an opportunity. He's clubbed it behind Gulbadin Naib, who's come in afresh from the opposite end, giving Kabul Zwanan supporters something to cheer about, because this is going to be a tough day just from what we've seen so far. By the way, this pair put on 70 the last time they played against Balkh. Oh, down leg, no appeal either, and they will steal a single. The throw came in pretty sharp. And Ashish, also for Afghanistan cricket, what development. I mean, their youngsters are showing that they have great depth, lots of young stars as well. There's that Shai coming in. And, you know, the Afghanistan Cricket Board ought to be really pleased that you guys have put this together, because it's such a terrific platform for the youngsters.
I'm really glad. Trust me, the kind of raw talent pool Afghanistan has, this is next to none. Any test playing nation.
So Gulbadin Naib, who has picked up plenty of wickets, Tarzan we call him, little expensive in his opening over. Another Balkh Saluriza, that's a boundary. It was drifting down leg full, and all Ingram had to do was put a little bit of bat onto it. Fine leg was inside the circle, and a very welcome boundary yet again. Yeah, he got the timing perfectly right. Of course, we were talking about Afghanistan cricket, Ashish, just so many other youngsters showing that they have the skill, they have the depth, they have the hunger.
Indeed, look at the performances they have had. It's just a matter of time when you'll have half a dozen of Nabi, half a dozen of Rashids, and much more.
Will that be 3? Yes! So that's 3 Balkh Salurizas in 1 over. Wayne Parnell did a bit, and then Colin Ingram now in the act. Ingram took a little bit of time to settle down. Obviously, the pitch may be just a little more difficult to read than we may have imagined, but that was, again, full. And a little bit of width that he created, able to get the power behind that shot. No chance for long on. Again, trying to get it past. Oh, that's direct hit. And Ingram would have been running back to the pavilion. Aftab, of course, gutted that he did not find the target. But 9 overs gone now. It's 61 for 2, getting a little better for Kabul Zwanan.
When the league is going now, when it's organized out, great the game is, I'm sure more partners will come, but we're very grateful to the league set up.
Last wagon
So, Aftab unfortunately missing, but Ingram would have gone. Now, I still have Ashish Sethi here with me. Ashish, commercially speaking, I can understand because I know a thing about, getting leagues going. It must have been really tough to begin with.
It was tough. Indeed, it was tough, but I'm very thankful to all my sponsors. Gulbahar, back from Afghanistan, Fog from our country, India, all the other sponsors to the teams, Crickingif, D-Sports, all the other broadcasters, much more. This was a testing season. I thank you all of those who stood by me in this testing times, who have lent their support, and I have shown faith in my capabilities to support me in the first year. Next year, I'm sure it is going far better.
Oh, brilliant! Mirwais Ashraf, right there when it mattered. Got plenty of wickets with the ball, and now a stunning catch. He ran forward just in time. It was hit hard and low, but it did go straight to deep square, and Ingram will be so disappointed. The ball was short, and it needed to be pulled, but Mirwais Ashraf was stationed at just the right place. Caught it with one hand, took the roll, and isn't Ravi Bopara, who was the change here from the pavilion end, delighted? This is a big wicket. Colin Ingram has scored plenty of runs for Kabul Zwanan. Now gone. Caught Ashraf or Bopara for 21 from 19. A little difficult for him today. 61 now for 3. Javed Ahmadi walks in. His team in all sorts of trouble. So 9.2 overs. They've got only 61 going along for the moment at 6.5. They probably need, I've said before, 160 or so. We'll see as Ravi Bopara continues. Mirwais Ashraf, what a standout performance here. Even got a few runs with the bat, can hit the ball a long way. I still have Ashish Sethi here with me of Snixer Sports. And I just want to let you know that if you've been talking to some of the sponsors, I hope they realize that they're getting great value because we've got a terrific tournament going on.
Yes, indeed. I think I've been very happy with the response the sponsors have been getting. They got a good value for money in this season, and that gives us more confidence that more people will join us in coming seasons, and they'll equally be happy.
Without doubt. And ask for advice again, if you don't mind. Patience is such a key word here when we're doing new leagues and new things and new ventures. You know all about that because of your ventures in the past. Terrific catch, Mirwais. Well done. Big man. Not easy for him to go down low and take that catch. So I'm sure more people will join in commercially. It just takes time for the commercial circles to build and develop.
Indeed. I think this is just like any sports asset. The first mover has certain advantages, and the first movers also have a couple of doubts. The people who do not join initially, and there are people who are willing to join us in coming days.
Chris Gale, well, we weren't expecting him to go for the dive, just to put a foot in there saying, well, I'll be okay with a little bit of football. And finally, of course, you're doing this, Ashish, because you are a cricketer yourself. You're playing some cricket these days. You get a few odd matches going once in a while.
Yes, I still captain a club team called JCCI, and that's where the passion has been. 15 years into that cricket, still going strong, and that sums it all. The passion has taken me here.
Yeah, without passion, where will we be? Also smartly fielded by Mirwais, patrolling the cover boundary for the right-handers. And Ashish, I just want to take this opportunity to once again thank you and all those at Snixer Sports who work with you, the Afghanistan Cricket Board. You guys are on to a winning formula here. I think Afghanistan cricket is delighting the world. And they needed their own league, and you guys have made it happen. So congratulations.
Thank you, Charu. Thank you to all the crew members, everyone. And this has been a fantastic journey of APL Season 1. And we see you, all of you, back next year. So.
Well, I'll be delighted. Thank you. I don't want to invite myself, but thank you. I'll be very happy to be here again and again because of just the global belief in Afghanistan cricket. I mean, they're so hungry. They're strong people. They've done very well with their cricket so far. Last ball of the over. And they try and sneak a quick single now. That could be gone had he struck. Oh! Well, what was Ahmadi thinking? There was a little bit of a hesitation there, but that was never on. They chanced it anyway. Halfway stage, 65 for 3.
Case Ahmed coming on from the Sharjah club end. That's a really good record. Remember, he didn't play the first match of the tournament because he was being in action in the Under-19 Asia Cup. And there he is throwing at the stumps, and goodness me, Javed Ahmadi would have been gone for all money there. Real mix-up with Wayne Parnell. But I've been really impressed with Case Ahmed. A couple of 3-wicket hauls for him in the tournament. Both of them against Nangarhar. Bowled! First ball that Case Ahmed bowls, and he strikes. Wayne Parnell a little bit frustrated. He was in as the pinch hitter, and he wasn't really getting the ball away, scoring at less than a run a ball, in fact. Tried to improvise, and that improvisation has been his downfall. Alongside me, Ajay Mehra, and Case Ahmed impresses again.
Yeah, you're right. I think he's been terrific. Fast delivery, trying to play a cheeky shot, missing the line completely. And what a start for the young man. He'll be delighted. First ball, a wicket for him, will be high on confidence. Parnell would be disappointed. Just getting a start, not able to convert it out for 21. It's 65 for 4 now.
Laurie Evans in at number 6. Only one player for Kabul Zwanan has scored more runs in this tournament. That's Hazratullah Zazai. He's been outstanding, Evans. But they need a big innings from him now. The advantage, I guess, is he's got time here. Just a shade under 10 overs, so he can get himself in. And we know how dangerous he can be if he does that. A slip in position now. A little bit of turn. I think Balkh know if they can get Evans here, they really are in the pound seats. But, well, the less said about that shot from Wayne Parnell, the better.
Yeah, you're right. I think poor shot selection because this was premeditated from him, going for that cheeky shot, missing the line. Once again, that's played really nicely. Going to be a fog 4. Playing with the turn, Laurie Evans, he's been in terrific touch. Such a key member in this batting lineup for the Kabul side. And starting off with a very good 4. Just getting the elevation he wanted just over the cover area. Lovely bat flow. Such a good player against spin as well, Laurie Evans. Still got a slip in place in Chris Gale. Bit of fumble out there, resulting in a single. Would be wanting his wicket early on. The wicket of Laurie Evans, the Balkh legends.
Well, Laurie Evans will have happy memories about playing against Balkh. Look at that, 64 from 47 balls. and that was in a blazing stand with Rashid Khan, which gave them something to bowl at. In the end, they still lost that match. Tactic here, surely, with 4 wickets down, is probably just to knock it around for 2 or 3 overs, just consolidate, score a run a ball, and then look to be explosive in the last 5 or 6, I would guess, Ajay.
Yeah, the average score in the first innings, Brian, has been 172 so far in the APL. Remember, it's a final game as well. The pressure will be there when you're chasing. 11 overs gone, 72 for 4.
Decent numbers in here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium this evening for this final of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. And Ravi Bopara, impressive already this evening. He's had a terrific all-round tournament. So effective. Remember, a couple of years ago, he got 6 for 16 on this ground for Karachi in the Pakistan Super League.
Oh, that's a very good delivery as well around the all-stump, beating the bat there, Laurie Evans. Let's go down to Hamid and see where he is.
Last day of the Afghanistan Premier League. Let's know from the fans, are they going to miss Afghanistan Premier League? Afghanistan Premier League نن اخره ورځ ده. څه فکر کوي دغه ټورنمنت پسې خفاس دی که نه؟
او چې ډېر زیات مونږ د دوبۍ نه راغلي یو ډېر په شوق یې ګورو د افغانستان پریمیر لیګ او ډېر خوند یې نالو نو انشاءالله مونږ به انتظار کوو چې را روان کال هم وشي.
مننه. تاسو نه هم یو پوښتنه لرم. غواړئ چې دغه افغانستان پریمیر لیګ را روان کال ته وشي او داسې تاسو ته خوند اخیستی که نه تر اوسه پورې د میچونه؟
بس زه په خپل واسه ټول افغانانو ته د دې پریمیر لیګ مبارکي وایم او موږ ډېر خوشحاله یو ځکه چې دا باید هر کال وشي او باید نور هم سپورټ زموږ خپل ملي لوبغاړي نور هم تشویق کړو. او خپله زه د مامنګۍ ډېر سپورټ کوم. راشد مې ملګری دی.
مننه. Who's your favorite player and favorite team?
My favorite player is Rashid Khan and my favorite team is Kabul. I am supporting today Kabul.
Thank you so much. So they're gonna miss this Afghanistan Premier League this year, and they wish next year will happen again. And the lady says their favorite team is Kabul Zwanan, his favorite cricketer Rashid Arman. Back to commentary box.
Thanks, Hamid, and thanks to those spectators. Lovely bit of drawing that, Ajay.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, some great stars, some brilliant performers playing in this final. Brian, it's going to be a treat because, they have done really well. Both the semi-finals, both the teams winning comprehensively. So they'll be high on confidence. Of course, head-to-head, Balkh have the big advantage, winning both the games in the league phase, the 2 matches. Of course, this being the final, it's always going to be different. The pressure is different. Such a big occasion. That's played well. He's looking in good touch at the moment, Laurie Evans.
Yes, the 2 victories that Balkh enjoyed. They beat Kabul by 8 wickets, chasing 177 to win. And then, of course, they got the highest score of the tournament, 244 for 6. Kabul managed to get 223 for 7 in response, but it was a pretty forlorn chase that, going after 245. Nabi in consultation with Bopara, and as a result of that, mid-wicket being sent out onto the boundary. Somebody's going to have to come up into the ring now, because we've only got 2 fielders inside the circle on the offside and 1 on the leg. And in fact, mid-off is now coming inside the 30-yard circle.
But a very good over so far from Bopara. Goes for the big one, straight to the fielder, shying at the non-strikers and missing it. But a very good over. 12 gone, it's 76 for 4.
मुझे आती नहीं है आम तो अपना कर सकते ऐसे
So not a great start here for the Kabul side. They've lost wickets. Luke Ronchi up the order, Kundu March, Zazai as well out for 10. Parnell 21, sent as a pinch hitter. Ingram was a big wicket. Ahmadi and Laurie Evans at the crease at the moment. 76 for 4. And with me in the comm box, I've got a very, very special guest. The captain of the Paktia Panthers, Mohammad Shahzad, was really batted terrifically. Of course, was unlucky yesterday, but that's part and parcel of the game. You lost yesterday, Mohammad Shahzad, but you won the hearts of everybody, isn't it?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah, we lost the game, but we're learning something from the foreign players, and now we are here in commentary box.
You know, your style of batting, you know, it's absolutely a pleasure to watch. Yeah, that hand-eye coordination, the way you were hitting the ball, and throughout the tournament, you know, you were in terrific form. Most runs in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. Of course, Laurie Evans as well, he's done very well. But the way you started off, you know, the confidence behind you and coming off pretty well from the Asia Cup as well. And this man, 344 runs, Mohammad Shahzad. What a pleasure. Most runs in the Afghanistan Premier League.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see Azhar Zaze in the second high scorer because we need some youngster in the T20. So it's very good to see some Afghani players in the top in the league, and we play first time this league and the two Afghani in the list.
And that's a very important point you make because after all, Mohammad, it's all about adding to the bench strength, isn't it? You know, you've done so well for Afghanistan, but it's always because of these leagues, you want to create that bench strength, you know, few youngsters coming up the ranks. It's always important for any nation, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, it's very important, for, especially for Afghanistan. So we found some young talent. You saw Hazrat Zaze, and in the midfielder is Darvesh Rasuli. He played very good cricket the last couple of games. So we're really happy for watching this youngster.
That's played really well. Slow delivery, picking up very nicely. Good effort as well in the deep. Leading from the front, Mohammad Nabi. But, you know, coming back to the Paktia Panthers side, a few players, a few Afghanistan players who would have really impressed you. Mohammad Shahzad, who are they?
In the Paktia team, we have a lot of youngster, like you can see the fast bowler, we call him Morkel. Yusuf Zaze is very good fast bowler. So not only in Paktia team, we saw in the old tournament, very good talent is coming up in this league.
Okay, one thing I want to know, Shahzad, is when you go into bat, you know, being an opening batsman myself, you know, I was used to think that how I have to get my first runs or how to really settle into the innings. What's your thinking? What does Mohammad Shahzad think when he walks into bat?
Honestly, I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking because you saw my first test runs is coming from the boundary. So I just go and waiting for loose delivery. Some of the people, same for me. I'm watch the ball and hit the boundaries.
That's simple. Absolutely simple.
Very simple. Very simple.
And you know, just before the game, at times you're playing against that opposition. You're playing against a very quality side. Do you have, you know, some thought in your mind that this bowler, I'm going to face him the next day? I have to plan my innings, or just, you know, just whatever the conditions are, what are the surfaces, whoever the bowler is, nothing doing.
In Asia, I'm not using the mind. I just saw the pitch and opposition bowler. And you know, sir, we play a lot of cricket in the Sharjah. My off-career play in Sharjah cricket ground. So I love play cricket here. So I know the boundaries, how long for the which side, and very good batting pitches.
We'll continue the chat in the next over as well. 13 overs gone. It's 84 for 4.
You said Asia. The Asia में the wickets are different.
After Asia में क्या
So 13 overs gone, 84 for 4. Evans and Ahmadi trying to build a partnership here. Qais Ahmed was very impressive in his opening over, getting the important wicket of Parnell. Average first inning score so far in the APL, 172. They need a partnership. They got to build a partnership. The crowd's building in such a big occasion here. The final of the Gul Bahar Afghanistan Premier League. Both the teams have done really well so far. 1 over 7 runs. Very impressive. Qais as well, Mohammad Shahzad.
Yeah, Qais Ahmed is very talented player. You saw him in Caribbean League. He is doing very well. So I'm very impressed for him. And he also played domestic cricket with me 3 or 4 months before. He's very good talent. Very good talent.
I think the variations he's got, that's been very impressive. And also the way he handles that pressure. We saw him even today, the way he's bowled so far. But, you know, Shahzad, coming back to the rise of Afghanistan cricket, the way your progress as a side, that must be really heartening for you personally as well.
Yeah, of course. We play a lot of cricket. That's why day by day we improve. You saw in the Asia Cup, we play first game against Sri Lanka. We beat them. And he also, I think so, 4 or 5 time champion in Asia. So when we play with the big teams, so every day we're learning something for the big teams.
This was a wicket for Qais. Very impressive. Getting a bit of turn as well. And personally, that 100 versus India, that must be very satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Team like India and against India, a very good side, and make 100 in very hot weather like 46, 47. I saw the old team, they have some injury issues because of the hot weather, but Alhamdulillah, we play a lot of cricket before Asia Cup here. We play 4 practicing games, so we used to this condition. So I'm very, very happy to make 100 and team like against India.
But you mentioned a very good point, you know, batting in Asia, but when you're batting outside, you know, especially in the different conditions in Australia, like you did in the World Cup as well, there the thinking as a batsman is different, Shahzad?
Yeah, of course, when we play like England, Scotland, Ireland, there is then thinking is changed because in Asia ball not swinging and not seaming. When we go to the England and next year we have a World Cup in the head in England, so we go before the World Cup. We doing some practice there and we used to with the pitches and swing the ball. So inshallah we will do best.
Absolutely, and really you have the team as well. Great spinners in your ranks, some quality batsmen and fantastic seamers. 14 overs gone, 88 for 4. So the current run rate is hovering around 6.29 to be precise. Projected score 125, but they still have wickets in hand. They have someone like Rashid Khan still to come. Big players in the ranks. Kabul, they like to get at least 160, 170. Going to be Bopara once again. He's been very tidy. Economy of 4. Trying a cheeky shot. Does well. That's a Bagiza. What a strike there. Ahmadi coming to the 4. Fog maximum. Picks up the length very quickly. And what a shot, Shahzad. Reminds me of Mohammad Shahzad, the way he bats.
Yeah, it's very good shot and using his pace and very good shot from Javed Ahmadi. Javed Ahmadi have a very good batsman. We have the opener batsman. So the game is going on.
But what do you think, Shahzad, should be a good score on this surface? Because they haven't started off well. They lost early wickets, 65 for 4 at one stage. What do you think should be a decent score in a big game?
Yeah, it's a final game. Is very under pressure game, but I'm very excited to saw the Rashid batting when he come and he do something for team, and 160, 170 is very good total in this pitch because this is the final match and they have universal balls, but Rashid Khan is also the other side, so it's 160 and 170 is very good total.
That's a very nice words for him as well. Dil Dil, Kabul Jan, Jan Jan, Rashid Jan, Jia. Really something same about Mohammad Shahzad as well. He's the Jan for everybody.
But really, I'm very happy to saw Rashid Khan, Mohammad Nabi and Mujib. The people love him, the way he play in the BPL, IPL. So it's very proud moment for us when Nabi play, when Rashid play, and we watching back home and we pray. When Rashid ball, we jumping in the home, and where we sitting, so we jumping with every ball. When Nabi ball, when Mujib ball. So it's really proud moment for us as well. They play in the all around the world in the leagues.
You know, that's the thing about Rashid Khan. He rightly said, even yesterday, you know, the team was under pressure. You were captaining Paktia Panthers. And the cameo he played, Rashid Khan, absolutely brilliant. The runs he scored, then the way he fielded, those overs from him. Once again, does almost identical there. That's going to be a 4, not a 6. But really getting runs now, Ahmadi. Some useful runs near the 100 mark, Kabul.
Yeah, scoring going very quickly now to boundary in this over. Javed Ahmadi once again, Dil scoop, very careful this shot because Bopara have a reverse swing at the ball, so very careful when you play this shot. I'm very scaring when play this shot.
Yeah, you're right, absolutely, because you're taking a lot of risk, isn't it? It's not easy. And someone like Mohammad Shahzad, when you can hit it in front, why play these shots? Both are our beloved brothers and crown of our head. Absolutely fantastic. Some great players from Afghanistan. One sitting with me. Oh, that's streaky. But they all count. The 100 up with that strike, with that fog 4. What an over it has been. Bopara before this one was so economical. But suddenly things change in T20. Shahzad?
Yeah, of course, nobody knows in the T20, 1 hour in the batting side do well and change the game. 1 hour like we play against Nabi team, so the run rate is going in 8. 1 hour, what is called the bowler, I don't know, but he's doing very good over, so suddenly change the match like this.
Oh, goes for the big one. What a strike for Maximum Shpakiza to end the over. Thanks, Shahzad, for joining us. It was a pleasure chatting with you. 15 gone is 108 for 4.
Thank you very much, Hamida.
Right, big game. 15 hours gone, 108 for 4. This partnership is building so well. And the projected score, if they go for 7 around, 143. Qais Ahmad is his 3rd over. He bowled really well. 2 overs, 11 runs, 1 wicket. What a big day today for both sides. And welcome, Charu, alongside with me.
Thank you, Hammer. Things are suddenly looking a little better for Kabul Zwanan. They started out very slow, and for a while it looked like even 125 was going to be difficult. Jumps out, miss, gone! Laurie Evans jumped out going for the big one, head up in the air, was going for 100-meter 6. Instead, there was a little bit of spin for Kes. Laurie Evans missed the line completely. He'll be very embarrassed to see that, and very easy for Ikram. They lose another very important wicket here, Hammer.
Such a huge wicket. The man in form for Kabul Zwanan. Every single innings he got runs. And this is a suicide down the wicket. The partnership was building. But finally they got the breakthrough. Well ball Qais Ahmed. Laurie Evans. 14 after 15 ball. 108 for 5.
Well, just when we thought that Kabul Zwanan were piling it on, they lose a very important wicket. Shahidullah walks in at number 7. Qais Ahmed now 2 for 11 from 2.1 overs. Hasn't the youngster done very well for his team? Mohammad Nabi starting things out with 1 for 30. Went for all 4 of his overs straight away. And now Qais Ahmed is delivering for his skipper. I've got Hammer Hassan here next to me, former Afghanistan fast bowler. I shouldn't say former. And of course, captain. But why do you think Rashid Khan didn't come into the fall of this wicket? Here it is again. Just did not move into the line. What was he thinking? But plenty of turn for Qais.
Absolutely, plenty of turn. And Rashid will be very happy to see this, because they're going to bowl next. And I have to say, well bowled to Qais. The way he judged and he bowled, tossed it up. Laurie Evans couldn't make it to connect the ball. As you mentioned, Rashid, why he didn't come for the bat. Maybe because of the leggy. Ball is coming inside. And for him will be easy to swing. So upcoming Rashid, Musa, hard hitter. And as you know, Rashid, yesterday he had a brilliant knock. The ninja cuts, my favorite.
You bet. And that's why I think even on a leggy, those ninja cuts will actually work. Across the line. No, he doesn't get enough of it. Straight to deep mid-wicket. And Mirwais Ashraf picks up another catch. Easy as ever. Well inside the boundary line. And Ahmadi will be so disappointed. Hitting across the line against the spinner, getting fair amount of turn. Well, it wasn't the most clever shot, but he trusted himself to get it over the boundary and did not succeed.
What you have done, Javed. Crucial wicket for a Balkh and a crucial time. He should go for another 2 overs, but he was in such a rush and hurry. And this man, little Qais Ahmed, the youngster, as Shahzad mentioned before, such a brilliant talent, got another wicket. A well catch from Mirwais Ashraf. 32 of just 19 ball, 109 for 6.
In walks the skipper, the talisman of his team, has done everything that could be expected. Got plenty of wickets, kept the runs down when he was bowling, and of course, look at that. 170 by the skipper at a strike rate of over 200. That's very special batting. However, he walks in here when his team's in trouble, again at number 8 this time. Oh, well bowled, the wrong one to greet Rashid, and that was a tight one. But very good call from Shahidullah. Took off straight away. That's the best ever figures in T20 cricket for Qais Ahmed so far. He's bowled only 3. 3 for 13 for him. After 16, 110 for 6. "20 wickets in his T20 career. Is still very, very young, of course. Economy under 7. He'll be very pleased to see that. And today, in the final of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, those are his 3 wickets. And top order wickets at that. He will be delighted. Hamid, what a talent for Afghanistan.
Huge talent, a brilliant talent for Afghanistan. And as you always see him in a smile, with happy face. It's a good ball. Outside edge. It's 1 run. Mirwais Ashraf, the leading wicket taker for Balkh.
Well, Aftab got into a little bit of trouble earlier on when his knee got caught in the grass here. But luckily he seems to have gotten over that minor injury threat and even came back to bowl a couple of overs.
Very strong fella. And he's an aggressive cricketer. The way he's playing now, it's a big game final. And he knows how much important for him, for the team. He all the time in the game and enjoying his cricket. Mirwais Ashraf, 2.1, just 10 runs he gave, always economical.
Well, Hamid, I've stopped saying strong for everybody or anybody in Afghanistan because they all are very strong, very tough.
No doubt.
Oh, the slow one, full toss, that's gone to the mid-wicket boundary, taken and pushed in by Deshkar. Very clever work. And if he were a little taller, maybe he would have taken that and stayed, but still, well done, Ryan Deshkar, saving his team plenty of runs. Unfortunately for him, overbalancing, and he knew he'd go.